Okay, so now we are going to do warm up number 13 and 14. So first let's put a line down the middle. We'll do warm up 13 at the top and 14 down below. Let's focus first on 13. And we're going to start with 2 points. They're spread apart and on that horizontal line. When we pull our middle ones, we're going to the middle. We're going above and below. These are much closer together. Once I have those points, I can get rid of the guidelines. And then I'm going to connect angle, angle. I'm going to connect on this side to make my diamond. And then I'm going to pull vertical, vertical, vertical. And whatever angle this is this. Whatever angle this is this. The angles always have to agree. So 1, 2, 3, and then on this side 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to come in from the corner. We're going to pull a rounded shape. We'll come in from the corner, pull a rounded shape, and then at the bottom we'll let it be a little bit flatter maybe because it is going to be resting on a bottom. And then we're going to shade. So shading here, so our light source is going to be here, and we're going to shade here. We're going to shade in a rounded way because this is basically a modified sphere, and so we're curving to show that the surface is rounded. And then to darken this side, we're going to still be rounded and curved, and we're going to be tight lines tight together, and as we come in, we're going to let them fade apart. Then we're going to do a cast shadow. So we have like an undershadow that's here that will be darker right here and as it pulls around this edge from that overhang. We'll also have a cast shadow that is out here, and because we have the square on top, this one can still be squared on the side here because it's going to be catching the reflection of this as well. And then let's put our ground line on. If you have a blending stub, you can blend to smooth. Even when I'm using my blending stub, I'm still using like that rounded sort of stroke under there to keep it nice and rounded. You could add extras. So let's say I'm going to add a small bowl on top of this table. So shade on the back side of it and on the inside a little bit on this side. Okay, and there is warm up 13. Now let's move to warm up 14. For warm up 14, we're going to do a form that we've done before. So on the top, we're going to have a small ellipse. Remember, the arc that's above should match the arc that's below as close as we can. And then we're going to do vertical, vertical, and whatever this curve is will be this curve. That keeps it looking like a cylinder. Then we will come out from these points here, the same amount here and here, and this is going to also be a cylinder. So we're going to pull our ellipse here and then pull around the back. So pulling this around the back. We never want it to meet here, so always got to pull around the back, and should look like it would connect, and it does. And then vertical, vertical. We'll pull this at the base to match the one that's up here. Now we're going to shade this one also to look round. Well, first let's do this. Let's give it a wick and a light. I'm going to give it a few little drips because it's going to be a candle. And maybe I'll even let them there a little bit. Now, to make this look curved, we're going to curve this around our cylinder. So anytime we are drawing something rounded, we are curving. And then on this side, to darken the edge, because it should look darker as it rolls to the back, we're going to go vertical and then put our lines further apart. We're going to be using that in a pen and ink technique as well. And then here, same thing, curving here, and then here, tight together, and then fading apart. Now, we will have a cast shadow here, and we'll have a cast shadow, so our light source is here, our main light source, and we'll have a cast shadow that is here. We'll have a ground line somewhere in here. And then if you have a blending stub, you can blend just to smooth a little bit. And that is it. Submit in Schoology.